How does radius arm suspension compare to multi-link? If you are curious about how radius arm suspension stacks up against multi-link suspension, you are in the right place. Let's break down the differences in a way that makes sense for truck off-roading and suspension setups. Radius arm suspension uses a single long arm on each side of the axle. Each arm has two mounting points on the axle and one on the chassis or frame. This design controls axle rotation by fixing the axle's path to the arc of the arm. It keeps the axle somewhat locked in its rotational movement relative to the chassis. One of the standout features of radius arm suspension is its simplicity. With fewer components, it is generally more affordable and easier to maintain. This can be a big plus for truck owners who want a straightforward setup. Additionally, radius arms keep suspension components away from obstacles, which is helpful in tight engine bays often found in trucks. However, radius arm systems do have some limitations. They can struggle with controlling axle rotation and caster angle changes during suspension cycles. This can impact handling and may increase bump steer when the suspension travels to extremes. The axle housing can also experience torsional stress since the arm transfers rotational forces directly to it. On the other hand, multi-link suspension, often seen in four-link setups, uses multiple arms to control axle movement. Each link has two mounting points on the frame and one or two on the axle. This allows for precise control of axle rotation and position. Multi-link systems provide better tuning of suspension geometry, which can lead to improved handling both on and off-road. The multiple arms distribute forces more evenly, offering superior strength and durability. This is especially important for heavy-duty trucks that face rough terrain. Multi-link suspensions can also help reduce axle hop and death wobble by better controlling axle movement. However, they tend to be more complex, heavier, and more expensive than radius arm systems. They may also have less ground clearance due to the positioning of the arms, which can be a trade-off for improved handling. When considering practical applications, radius arm suspensions are often preferred for their simplicity and cost-effectiveness. They are suitable for trucks that need ruggedness without extensive modifications. Multi-link suspensions shine when maximum strength and handling performance are required, especially for lifted trucks or those frequently used in demanding off-road conditions. For trucks with significant lift, typically between 4 to 10 inches, multi-link setups are generally recommended to maintain proper suspension geometry and control. The choice between radius arm and multi-link ultimately depends on the truck's intended use, budget, and desired performance characteristics. In essence, radius arm suspensions offer a simpler and more ground clearance-friendly design, while multi-link systems provide enhanced control and strength at a higher cost and complexity. Understanding these differences can help you make the best choice for your truck's off-roading adventures.